ask the Scottish Government what discussions the Rural Affairs Secretary has had with ministerial colleagues regarding how the Scottish Government analyses the impact on island communities of disruption to ferry services.
Minister Kevin Stewart.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I'm working with the Rural Affairs Secretary and other ministerial colleagues to understand the impact of ferry disruptions on island communities. However, this requires not just ministerial engagement, but dialogue with our local authority partners. That is why we took the decision to re-establish the Islands Transport Forum, chaired by myself through the Islands Strategic Group. Furthermore, the First Minister's policy prospectus, announced on the 18th of April, included a commitment to publish a new rural delivery plan within the lifetime of the Parliament. It will cover the areas critical to Scotland's island, rural and coastal communities, including transport.
Mr Halcro Johnston.
Thank you. The Minister will be well aware of the serious disruption Scotland's island communities have endured for far too long, with cancellations, reduced sailings and emergency timetables, often at very short notice, becoming an everyday occurrence for many. Residents often can't leave their islands or get home. Island businesses can't operate, get the supplies they need or deliver the services they've promised. And booking trips or stays on our islands is becoming a gamble not worth taking for some potential visitors. And an all result of 16 years of chaotic mismanagement of our ferries network by the SNP. So can I ask the Minister, when will the Scottish Government finally accept responsibility for the increasing carnage their lack of investment in new ferries is causing? And when will it look seriously at compensating islanders and island businesses for the total mess Scottish ministers in Edinburgh have caused?
Minister.
Presiding Officer, I recognise the impact that delays and disruption have regrettably had on our island communities. And myself and the Government are committed to investing in our ferry services. And we will be delivering 6 new major vessels to serve Scotland's ferry network by 2026. That is a priority for this Government. And whilst I am sympathetic to the calls to support businesses through compensation, our focus rightly has to be on building resilience in the ferry network. And this includes the charter of the MV Alfred, currently to support CalMac services. And we're also proactively working with Northlink on potential additional capacity on services to Orkney. So we will continue to do all that we can to increase the resilience and to add to that fleet so that our island communities are better served.
A supplementary, Liam MacArthur.
Presiding Officer, the Transport Minister will be well aware of the disruption of ferry services across the Pentland Firth following the recent grounding of the MV Pentalina earlier this month, and I thank the Minister for his engagement with me on that issue. I know Serco Northlink have been working hard to identify how freight and passenger demand might be met while the Pentalina is unavailable, but I remain concerned about the pinch points on particular sailings and a loss of connectivity to and from the smaller isles in Orkney. So can I ask the Minister again to look at increasing to 4 return daily sailings between Stromness and Scrabster while this remains the only ferry route across the Pentland Firth?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, and I'm very grateful to Mr MacArthur for his engagement with me on this issue. And we will continue to look at the pressures that are on in terms of that crossing. As Mr MacArthur is already aware, because I wrote him on this subject, we have already increased, thanks to Northlink, the amount of crossings on a Sunday. Northlink are gathering intelligence and looking at other points of pressure to add to the services. I can assure Mr MacArthur and Orkney Islanders that we will continue to look at all of the information that we have in this and act accordingly. And once again, I'm very grateful to Mr MacArthur, to Orkney Islands Council, who I'm meeting directly after this question time, for the intelligence that they have provided.